Hey folks, Nathan from Drawfee here, doing a little pre-episode intro. I wanted to let you know that this is a concept creation video for the first ever Drawfee Game Jam that will be happening this weekend, December 15th through 17th. We've got a ton of amazing people coming together to make some ridiculous games, and you'll be able to watch live on Facebook at facebook.com/Drawfee. You can check out the description of this episode for more info on the schedule for that weekend, but what's even more exciting is that we will be posting all the finished games for download. So check back next week and enjoy the episode. Sorry in advance.
Welcome to Drawfee, where we take your dumb ideas
and make even dumber drawings.
I'm Caldwell.
I'm Julia.
And joining us for yet another Game Jam session is Teddy Dief, the creative director of Square Enix Montreal and the co-designer of Hyperlight Drifter.
Hello.
Holy shit, them some creds. Hello, Teddy.
Hi, thanks for having me.
Thank you so much for being here. This is so cool. It's so fun to get to hang out with people who are actually good at making games. I'm not even good at playing games, which is mostly why I stick to RPGs.
Oh.
Wow.
Okay.
Throwing some shade on some JRPGs, dude.
No. I'm saying I love them. Like, they're not... JRPGs, they require, like, strategy, which is the one part of games I'm good at. I'm not good at, like, Twitch gaming. But it's true. I mean, like, JRPGs have a very warm place in my heart. Teddy, you're very experienced with RPGs, as it were. So we figured we'd begin our quest to make a game within that field. So I'm gonna go ahead and start drawing. I feel like I'll just kind of start doodling out a plucky hero, maybe.
I think that's a good start.
Okay.
We need a hero.
We do need a hero. So maybe, all right, hair.
Oh, that is a good silhouette.
Vaguely Sonic-esque, yeah.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna kind of keep it very simple. So yeah, Teddy, what are your favorite aspects of RPGs? I guess is where I'll go with this.
I mean, I feel like first of all, like, what is a hero other than just something to put in an airship? Right? Like, we just need a person or a series of persons to put in an airship.
That's a very good point. So should I just like put him in an airship like right off the bat, maybe?
Yeah, immediately.
Don't bother drawing the rest of that body. Yeah, there you go.
All right. Well, I'll draw like maybe like a big ass sword. That's another good staple to have.
I feel like I've played multiple JRPGs where a battle happens on the deck of the airship inexplicably. Best approach to fighting this flying monster that's the size of our airship is to get on the deck and hit it with our sword.
Not only to fight it on the deck, but to invite it onto the deck, more or less. Let it crawl up to the side, and then it'll do that thing where it's like it flies away for a couple turns. And you're like, oh, cool, I can finally heal. But you know that it's powering up. So I'm trying to, like, rough out a quick airship over here.
Oh, it's got, like, a sail. You're giving it, like, a...
We were talking before we started about our favorite RPGs. And I think we both agree that, like, Final Fantasy IX is one of our favorites. I'm such a dork. I was listening to, like, the airship theme from Final Fantasy IX on my drive home today. So, like, I'm always ready to throw down with some classic airship design, is where I'm getting with this.
Yeah, those themes are always triumphant.
Yeah, it was always like, oh man, we did it. We're gonna go kill God.
Well, that I think is my second favorite thing and most important staple of JRPGs, right? Is we need to be killing God.
Yes, God singular, or could we do multiple gods maybe?
I think you can liberally interpret God to be a series of gods, if you please.
I like that idea. I was thinking maybe like some sort of Mega Man sort of situation where you're just like you choose a pantheon of gods and you like just kind of kill them at your leisure. Like I don't want to have to like that's the bad thing about these RPGs is you got to grind forever to get to the point where you even get to murder all these gods.
Maybe it's like you could take a page from like a quasi RPG. I'm gonna get in trouble for saying this, like Pokemon, where it's like you want to defeat them so you can collect them all. Holy.
Yes.
Now this is my big gripe with Christianity in general.
Is that you can't collect gods?
Yeah, exactly.
Where do you put them once you have them? No, this is my god shelf in my kitchen.
The God cupboard. All right. Well, actually, all right. I like that. My other thought that I want to bring up here. So I've kind of drawn. I think that the battle is actually like happening right now.
Yeah.
And I wanted like rough in a basic god, a real like a real normie ass god here. You know when gods in fantasy worlds are just kind of floating statues?
Yes. Sure.
You know when they're just like an enchanted statue.
I feel like there's several categories of god we can explore here, and one of them is the totem.
This is a starter god. This is the god that your grandpa tells you to kill so you can start your god-killing adventure.
Yeah, it's like when every young child is thrown out into the wilderness and must kill a god before they're allowed to return to society.
Exactly. All right, so do we have a name for maybe this god?
You could do Gollum, but you could call him Godlum?
Oh!
That's a terrible name, right?
Goodlum?
I feel like he has to have a hyphen in there as well for like
Yeah.
no explicable reason.
Yeah. I like Godlum a lot, actually.
Godlum I think works.
You could put the hyphen after the L.
Well, this is an RPG, so of course we need like stat bars down here. So maybe like, we got Godlum. And I think that he's got like, again, like 70 HP.
Yeah, he's not very tough.
I feel like if we're doing a turn-based RPG too, we need more characters.
Oh,
We need
for
to
sure.
have 3 in our part. But what if like each of them has an airship?
All right.
Yeah.
So now, Teddy, that's a great idea because it's funny, number one. And number two, because it means I can just do this. I can do like another airship over here. And it's kind of like their support maybe. And then like you swap out and I'll do like a big propeller on the back there. Yeah, and you kind of like swap out perspectives for each attack.
I also like that if that's not only in the distance, but not that far in the distance, so it's actually also a tiny airship.
Yeah, one of your party members is a bug.
Yeah, you just have a real tiny friend.
Exactly. Maybe one person just has a jetpack. So I'll do that person here. But it's going to be a jetpack, but it's going to be like a Da Vinci style jetpack. Yeah, it's going to be just like a mess of propellers is what I'm getting at here.
Big animal is usually the other trope of
Big animal?
JRPGs. Yeah, like a big animal that is sometimes like a stuffed animal.
Oh yeah, like is it Final Fantasy IX that has the giant city with wings? Could that be an airship?
Yes, I could. All right. So wait, does this one have wings too, maybe? Yeah, I'll just go ahead and slap some wings on this one if that's cool with y'all.
I also kind of want our bear friend to have wings.
Oh, absolutely. Like that one character from the Game Boy Color Zelda game.
I feel like that bear looks like it's sitting, so it needs to be sitting on a chair.
I like what we're working with here. This is a bear. It's also like a inventor. Maybe it's like a smart bear.
Oh, like Beast.
Yeah.
Or the ape from Overwatch, his name, Winston.
Winston, yeah.
So does this entire game take place in the air?
Anywhere where ships are viable. Air, space, or the sea. Or land if you're talking about like boring type ships. And not boring like not interesting, like boring into the ground. With drill ships.
Wonder, like the core. We're reinventing the wheel here, and because we're going to need several wheels on our core ship, obviously, to penetrate the Earth's surface. All right, so we've got Godlum and we've got our crew here. I am going to draw a tiny bug. So this is our little bug friend. This is great. We've got our crew. They're setting out. They're going to kill some gods. Just as many as they can get their grubby little hands on, I would say. But Julia, I have an idea.
Okay.
I think that the idea of capturing gods is super cool, but another thing I like, in games when you think that you're at the final boss and then all of a sudden it's got like another form or just another enemy that you've never seen before just steps in and you start fighting that.
That's crucial.
So I think that maybe like once you defeat Godlum, it's kind of like a Matryoshka doll situation. It just kind of pops open.
And another little friend pops out?
Yeah, and then another god pops out, and then you got to fight that god. It just kind of goes on and on like that. So Julia, maybe like you could draw some other gods and then like the god capturing equipment maybe. The sort of like Ghostbusters, Godbusters.
There it is.
Godbusters,
Godbusters.
there we go.
Got it.
Found it.
I really like Godlum. I feel like maybe is by cracking him open, are we getting to, is that how you like free the god inside? Or is that maybe like, are we getting the evolved form of Godlum? Is that what's going on here?
I feel like when a god shows up in a JRPG, they're from like another dimension or a higher dimension. So maybe you have to like, maybe we're going inside that god, like we're going into that god's dimension.
So maybe Godlum was just like a guardian kind of god, and now we're going to go into the god zone.
Yeah, it's like just god dimensions all the way down.
If we're going with like the Pokemon angle here, this is like the Kakuna stage of the god. And now like its true power is awakening and they're going to have to fight that. I do want to talk a little more if we're going with this Godbusters idea, which feels hot to me. I don't know. How are you feeling about that, Teddy?
I'm feeling pretty good. I want to be able to use these gods that we capture, but please go ahead.
That's what I'm saying. What are we going to capture them in? Because like the airships aren't that big. We're going to need to put them in something. Balls are taken.
Balls are taken. Okay. I was going to say I was partial to materia from Final Fantasy VII. I wonder if we could like equip them onto things or soup up our airships.
No. Oh, I like that. Now, Teddy, here's the good thing. Balls are taken, but spheres are totally fine. As long as we don't call them God balls. But God balls is a very funny thing that I've just said, I now realize.
But if it's going to be a JRPG, maybe you trap them in crystal-shaped things.
But like crystals do seem a bit played. Is there some other sort of like maybe geodes or like some other rock formation that we could trap them in?
A bag.
Yeah, well, like a purse?
Oh, yeah, like a, what do you call that? A clutch.
Yeah, or even like not a satchel, but a purse is maybe the right way to go with it. I'm feeling that, like, and then you could have different types of purses.
It's good to be able to express yourself with different types of bags.
Exactly. I mean, it's all going to be about accessorization. And then you can, for certain, you can slap materia on that thing. I do feel I want to check in with Julia here.
You know how, like, the second form of things are always, like, just either really gross looking or really, like, religious looking? I'm trying to tackle both.
Like a slimy angel is kind of what we're going with here.
Slimy angel is exactly where I would go with this.
I think that's really crucial because you have to build up something because everyone knows the third form is adorable.
Right.
Right, yeah, exactly. Or just like the broken husk of a man where you're just like, I feel bad about beating this one up.
Julia, this looks like E.T. with the Statue of Liberty headdress.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Looks like E.T. can't handle the G's that it's pulling.
We forgot to mention, they are moving currently. They're traveling through the air.
So the gods are moving backwards?
Yeah, this god was like, hey, quit banging on my shell. Wah, wah, wah.
Yeah.
So is this still Godlum, or does it get a new name when it hatches like this?
It's got a new name.
Yeah, the second forms always have their own name that's always something like...
Yeah, would it follow the naming convention, or would it be something insane?
It's usually something completely bonkers in its next form.
We didn't get any apostrophes into this name, so this would be an opportunity to claim some apostrophes.
Oh, that's its mouth, I see now. Okay.
Yeah.
Teddy, do you have any naming thoughts? I'm turning over a few things in my head. I'm mulling a few options.
I really like the absurdity of the naming conventions in FF13, the L-C, L apostrophe things. She gets something like that.
Yeah. What about Chelsea?
Yeah. CHEL apostrophe CIE.
Chelsea, your friend from work. That's like the subtitle name.
I like it. Can we work in like a number on there, you know?
Oh, yeah. Like, within the title itself?
I think in his name, you know?
Okay, I got you. Like Chelsea 13.
Yes.
Chelsea 13, your dark friend from work. The forbidden friend from work, Chelsea 13. Y'all, go with me on this. Because I want to keep the monster catching element in here. I don't want to lose that thread. What about if we add a randomization element into this? A loot box element, if you will.
Oh, no.
Now go with me. Everyone loves a loot box. What I'm thinking is every time you fight something, it is in one of these little shells, so you don't know which god you're getting. It's like a gachapon.
I like that. That's cute.
So it could be like a cute little god bunny, or it could be Chelsea 13.
Oh, that's nice.
I feel like there's something to that. Maybe you do keep them in these little statues? No, you keep them in the purse. I like that.
Well, they're kind of your friends now.
We haven't talked about how that works in battle at all. Is it like a Persona type thing where they fight with you, or is it just straight Pokemon where like they fight for you now?
I feel like they're just items. The designer in me is thinking like, oh boy, we can't make 100 playable characters, but we can make 100 items that are just an icon.
Oh, I like that.
Then you just equip them on your sword. You just like stick them on your sword, you know?
So you're just constantly grabbing them. And that's very collectible, very good. And who's this little friend, Julia?
This is the third form.
Okay.
The third Matrushka was coming out of his mouth.
Oh, he hacked it up. I see.
Yeah. This is my true form.
Do we have a name for this third form? I'm thinking maybe Wimpy.
Wimpy. I like that.
But spelled impossibly in a weird way.
WYM apostrophe PIHY.
Love it. Maybe you got to use the items a certain amount to get them to level up. Something like that.
So we need equipment, right? To catch these gods?
We have airships.
We got airships.
Yeah, and we have the purses.
Oh yeah, do you want to draw the purse that you keep your god? Yeah, your god merch in?
Sure.
I do like the idea that they like become items when you defeat them.
Ooh, maybe they just become cute little pins, and then you can put them on your bag, or you can put them on your jacket.
Yeah. And you don't summon them. So like one maybe would give you, do you think they give you like boosts? Is that what we're going for here?
Yeah, I think so.
I love getting numbers. Is that something? Maybe we've stumbled upon something even more primal about an RPG that makes it good. Could they just make numbers appear?
What would they do with said numbers?
You just look at them. You just think, oh gosh, wow, what a great number. I love this number. I strive to achieve this number at all times.
I feel like number aesthetics are a totally healthy thing. I had a secret number aesthetic in Hyperlight.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, like when in doubt with decisions in the code, I would just have something be 4 or a multiple of 4 because diamonds were important. And I was like, 4 sides. I'm going out of my mind working on a video game, so let's just bury myself in 4s.
Yes.
I love it when you've worked on something for so long that you're like, yes, there's like a secret language of logic that develops in your brain. Yeah, so maybe they all do have like a secret number. I mean, obviously Chelsea 13 has the number 13 attached to it. So like maybe it is like a zodiac base or something like that, but I think they all do have a number component that we can fiddle with for sure. Maybe it's like Nier. Did you play Nier Automata?
Oh, I sure did.
You know how you only have a certain amount of like equipable RAM or memory in that game? Maybe it's like that. Like your god purse can only hold so many pins. So I think that what we're getting at is the main thing here is going to be like the fashion judgment aspect of the game. And like maybe certain gods will want to join your purse if you're fashionable enough.
Yeah, certain gods just won't appear until you're fashionable enough.
Right.
Like, is the friend behind Sword Hero? It kind of looks to me like a warm steaming cup of soup.
Oh, that's the purse, right?
Yeah. It's like opening. Let me
It's a billowing purse strap. I love that.
Yes. It's blowing in the wind. It has some action.
Julia, that's a very long purse strap. I feel like that's going to drag on the floor.
Well, it has to hold all those gods.
That's true.
But I will shorten it. Maybe it gets like longer the more gods you collect too, for like no real good reason.
Oh, yeah. Like
the cloak in Journey.
I do like that. Or maybe like the more gods you kill, like the better purse you get until you're just rocking like a banging ass Gucci purse. What if your airship was the final boss the whole time? And you have to kill your airship, your best and most loyal friend.
You drop your person in the airship toilet. Thus, your airship swallows it, becoming the ultimate god and swallowing all your pins.
Or no, yeah, your airship was like waiting for this to happen the whole time. It's like, finally, you've brought all the gods to me.
Counter proposal. So like we have multiple airships, right? But the only thing we have one of that this has no real explicable purpose is the sword. There is this system in Disgaea 2, I think, where like you could go into your weapons and every weapon was a dungeon. And you just like keep diving into your weapons.
All right, I like that a lot. I don't know if we needed to come up with like the spoiler for the ending of the game.
Yeah.
So many of these games, like, yeah, you are betrayed by like a fellow party member or something like that. But I like the idea of basically your truck or your, pair of pants betraying you. Or maybe it is the purse the whole time. And like then you have to fight your purse.
You know what's another cool trope with JRPGs is when you lose all your stuff.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like the bag just doesn't open. You're like, hey, why won't my bag open? The bag's like, I'm not opening. And you're like, oh shit.
And so it's like the ultimate form of a mimic, essentially. Is there anything else you want to add?
I don't know, man.
I like this this god stack a lot, though, and I like the central premise of Godbuster, the collectible enamel pin game.
I think collect gods to turn them into pins is so ripe.
I want to pluck that game grape and slug down some of that sweet gamer wine. All right, well, this seems pretty thorough. I think we've got a good kind of rough game plan laid out here. But there's still one last thing for us to do, one very fun, exciting step before we can begin the game jam proper. We have to come up with a team name for you and your team, Teddy. And so Julia is going to get started on that. We've thrown around a lot of RPG ideas, and I feel like we came up with a lot of really good names already.
I feel like we missed one core thing that we could use here. I was actually going to go a whole different direction, and I'm like, what if we were just called the World Trees? Like multiple trees.
Oh, whoa. Yeah.
Or like the Gaias, There's always a problem with the Gaia.
That's true. She's always involved somehow.
The Gaia girls. It's not bad. I think World Trees is pretty good.
World Trees? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Now, would that just be like a bunch of World Trees or like
Well, I feel like it'd be kind of like like the world tree is always really, really big, except this is like a Cerberus tree because there's going to be 3 of us.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's great. So it's just like 3 Deku trees just kind of chilling.
But then there's like cities at the feet of them because they're so small. Maybe this is no longer a logo. But
I like the idea also of a mascot that's 3 people. Like if y'all were a minor league baseball team, the mascot would just be 3 people in tree costumes.
Oh yeah, the budget for mascot operators would be triple that of a normal team.
Yeah, which is, it's expensive, but it's worth it. You go to the game and you got 3 times the mascot. That's 3 times the photo opportunities. Like think of all the, yeah. You've got like a Three Stooges situation built right in with all those tree mascots.
It is itself a collect 'em all scenario because when you go to take a photo with the mascot, you only get to take a photo with one of the heads or one of the trees, if it were.
I feel like there's probably a pin trading thing going on there too. Like they all have their own pin that you got to acquire. Oh, if you like linked them together, Julia?
Yes, they are one tree. So essentially, they're just really thick branches, I think, at this point.
Oh, shit, Julia, and the tree makes a W shape, which is great.
Yes. My intention the whole time.
Just as Keikaku.
Perfect. All according to plan.
This is dope.
Do you think these trees need faces before I start branching in these dudes? Or do you think we're good?
I think since they're mascots, maybe. But, like, I don't think they got to be complicated faces. Teddy, I don't know who else is on your team, but, like, maybe if you could give us, like, one word for each of the people, including yourself, and Julia can just kind of go wild. Julia, do you want me to draw the faces on there, or what are you thinking?
You know what? I'll leave you some room.
All right, great.
I'm going to finish this. Since we keep talking Final Fantasy, I think I'm going to do, like a Final Fantasy kind of...
Oh, yeah. And this will be, like, a really cool gradient design behind it.
Like... multiple colors over the lines. What am I spelling? There we go.
The world trees.
I lost focus for a second.
You got it back.
You were just so distracted by that beautiful tree. I feel like one of the gods that you can capture is like a tree person, for sure, named Treeple.
For sure.
Maybe it's this. Maybe this is one of the gods in the game, is the triple tree. And it's just a big ass tree.
I kind of like the idea that you like roll up on this guy and he's actually just still and asleep and just nothing happens, but there's a lot of dramatic zooming.
Oh yeah, and you're just like dramatically orbiting him.
Yeah, and then it just says like the world trees, like it's a really intense boss fight, but he actually does nothing.
I think to me the funniest part about this game is that all the gods do have like 2 HP. Like I mean, it's just a tree. You just have to chop it down. All right, Teddy, can you offer me some details about your team? And I'm gonna fill in some faces real quick here.
Oh sure. Let's see. First we have Jenny Jiao, who is a great developer. She's like a master of cute. So start with that. So she does a lot of like faces on things, faces on food, faces on.
I mean, that's gonna be very easy then. So I'll just put one up there.
Faces on trees.
Yeah, faces on trees.
Yeah, it's got to be that real cute face.
There we go. Yep. I'm the world tree, Niaro. Let me add some blush. I don't know how a tree is capable of blushing, but it's beyond me. So there's one. What about you?
Oh, it's me. Well, gosh, I don't know. I'm pretty into fashion. I'm pretty into emotions and love. And talking about feelings. I don't know how you manifest that on the face of a tree.
Okay.
Oh, he's already doing it.
I'll do my best. Emotions and love. You're just like crying, but like it's a good cry.
It's like a happy we did it cry.
Yeah. You're like.
There it is.
Double. Oh, it's a weep.
Yeah. This tree provides so much for the people of the world. I'm ruining Julia's good design, but I feel like.
No, my friend, you are adding to it.
All right, so I got one more face. Who's the last member of your crew, of the DK crew?
Ethan Red. He is like, his aesthetic is real like synth wavy, Dreamcast, neon.
Okay, so he's a robot tree.
Yeah, mechs and laser ships.
All right, so just like a Gundam in this tree?
Sure.
Yeah, hell yeah. All right. These are 3 great trees. That's the mascots, the 3 trees. I'm feeling pretty good about this. Teddy, thank you again. I'm really excited to start jamming with you and everyone else at this event. It's going to be crazy. I can't believe we're somehow going to turn these into video games. It's going to be so much fun. Look for Godbusters in stores. Teddy, thank you so much again. We have a tradition in every episode of Drawfee. We like to apologize to our audience for the abominations we've created. So I would like to extend that ending, that farewell to you. I will begin, and then we can, in a chorus of apologies, close out the show. Thank you so much for watching. This has been Drawfee, and we are very sorry.
So sorry.
I too am sorry.